Really dirty, first of all. But everything started off just all wrong, right? Like, I was sitting next to Melanie Stansberry, who was on the aisle, and Melanie literally had a sign that said, "This is not normal." And so she stood there as he walked in, and then a colleague from across the aisle decided to snatch her sign, throw it up, and ball it up and throw it on the floor. And Melanie's like, "Oh my gosh." And so, she wasn't doing anything like what Marjorie does, ever, right? Ever. No hooping, no hollering, no none of that or whatever. And so, she was like, "I'm ready to go." And it was before he began speaking. And I was like, "Girl, I am too." But we had an agreement because we wanted to walk out in a group. But then Al Green threw everything off, and Al Green went off on his own to do something different, and we had no idea. But I think that the people want to know that we are frustrated just like them. And we are. We're very frustrated. We're limited in our numbers, but we are not limited in heart. So just know, we are here to fight. But we need you. We need you to make sure that you're paying attention at all the elections, the city elections, the county elections, the state elections, because those are the people that are going to push back against this administration.
I wish there was some incentive for me to fund somebody to beat Jasmine Crockett over there in Dallas. I absolutely wish that there was something that we can do about that. I do. Because she ghetto, she a hood rat, and they really have and serve no purpose in Congress right now except for to be content creators. So while she's over there doing TikToks to They Not Like Us, which she's super late, and I mean super late on the train, and she looked trash. And then on top of that, and when I say she looked trash, they were over there doing a stupid dance on They Not Like Us, and it was just, it was very much ignorant. It was very much not a demonstration of what I think that leadership is supposed to look like. And I think that I wish Dallas wasn't so liberal, honestly. I know that the mayor over there in Dallas switched over to being Republican because they wanted to defund the police. And that's when he said, okay, I had enough. Public safety is number one on the priority list. And she's over here staging and planning when they're going to leave to be disruptive. And then, of course, you had Al Green over there looking stupid, and he made a fool of himself because he wanted to try to make things so visible for himself. Meanwhile, DJ Daniel over there, who was a cancer survivor and had multiple different surgeries, 13-year-old that is being honored, and Democrats are sitting there looking stupid, not even applauding him because they hate Trump and they hate this country so much. They hate Trump and they hate this country so much that they can't even find where they can add value and where they can agree. They'd rather be disrespectful and to hold the American citizens hostage via immigrants, via taxpayer dollars, and via fraud, waste, and abuse of the system, and tank the system while trying to advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion that doesn't even benefit black people. It really has benefited white women. They'd rather fight for women in men's bathrooms and men in women's bathrooms and men in women's sports and transgenders and all of this other type of stuff, but they won't actually fight for you, taxpayer dollars, and find where they can add value into a system where they not even having no power. So basically, they're just there as mascots. They're there as court jesters. They're there to be disruptive. They're there not to act. They're not there to add value into the system. They're not there to be conducive to Americans. All they do, they're getting paid $170,000, $180,000, $200,000 a year to basically be fools in the Trump's address to Congress. I think that Trump should just cancel it. I think he should cancel his address to Congress, because if you're going to have people like this in there, you might as well just cancel it.
And listen, we're only 3 seats away from taking the House, and if I have my way, we'll take it before the 2-year mark. We've got 3 special elections that are coming up, 2 in Florida and 1 in New York. And I know a lot of people want to say, there's no way, Rep, there's no way. Listen, there's no way if we don't try. But we know that it was a special election that brought us Doug from Alabama to the Senate, a Democrat. We know it was special elections that got us two Democrats out of Georgia to the Senate.
She looks drunk.
When we unite, we can get it done. And listen, the facts are on our side. The things that we're fighting for, they're not just for Democrats, they're for everybody. So if we want to protect veterans, if we want to protect farmers, if we want to protect hospitals, then it all starts with making sure that we can have real conversations about those things. It's not about Democrats or Republicans. It's not about rural versus urban. What it's about is whether or not we are going to be the united or divided.
Well, you should have thought about that before you decided to walk out of Trump's speech. And you are divided. You are divisive. I think that she's divisive. I think that all of these Democrats are divisive. Al Green is divisive. Her cohorts is divisive, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion crew. I think that AOC is divisive. I think that Ilhan Omar is divisive. And we need to continue to do what we did this past election in November and get these people out of office, even in these special elections. We need to also continue to work to hold these people accountable and don't wait till election season where we having conversations about how much of a hood rat, how ghetto they are, how disrespectful they are to the American people, to the American flag, how disrespectful they are to DJ Daniel, how disrespectful they are to Laken Riley, how disrespectful they are to the citizens that's in their own communities. It's funny. I would imagine that she would be there in her community with the 5-year-old girl that just recently got killed down there in Dallas, Texas, in her district. I would imagine that she would be there. I would imagine that these are the issues that we speak on. If she's supposed to be a representative of that district, then she should be working and hearkening to the voice of the people in the district instead of trying to be a social media star and trying to go viral. That's all Democrats are doing right now. Even Bernie Sanders' old ass, born in 1941, trying to sit there and relate to you guys, acting like he grew up poor. All of these people are rich. They can't even say the millionaire class no more because they have to designate it as the billionaire class because most of these guys have gotten rich. And I wish Elon Musk would unveil all of his findings instead of just saving trillions of dollars. I think that he should unveil all of his findings as far as all of the people that are finessing us, giving a facade, and getting paid on taxpayer dollar dime to not even show up and do the thing that they're supposed to do as far as being respectful and at least listening to the speech. I don't like her. I didn't like her when she decided to piggyback off of Kamala Harris and she thought that she was going to get the support of the Divine Nine and that was going to be the people that powered her into the White House. It didn't. And I think that she's trying to test the waters to see if she could ultimately, at some point, gain the favor of the people and then possibly try to run for president of the United States of America. I don't see it. It's not happening. And again, I think that she's incredibly disrespectful and she doesn't respect the office of the president. She doesn't respect Congress and she does not respect the people. While she's being divisive, she's telling y'all to come together. Stop it. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments.